Sean from Ace Appliance in Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to another in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. The complaint was that it's tripping the breaker, so I just want to be able to see what's inside. Maybe you could see a wire or something that's bad. So I'm going to take off this bottom part of the front panel. To do so, there are screws inside here that I have to take off, so I'm going to open the door. And then I'm going to remove the 4 Phillips screws. Okay, now we have the screws out of the front panel, so I can grasp the front panel, kind of twist it, and pull it back. And we'll do the same for the other side. I'm going to close the door.
Oh my goodness.
And now we have the front panel off, and then we can see underneath. I'm going to grab my flashlight and look underneath there and see if I see anything that jumps out at me. It says that it looks like it's damaged or bad. So we're just glancing, looking for any obvious signs of wiring issues or something being damaged here. And there's nothing that sticks out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start up a cycle, see if we can get it to maybe fail for us, maybe throw it into a test mode, and then monitor the unit from there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and try to put this into the service mode is what they call it here. That way we can do a quick service cycle. And in order to do that, according to the paperwork that came in the machine, it says that we need to hold down the delicate and heavy soil keys for 3 seconds. So we're going to locate heavy soil is here and delicate is over here. So we're going to go ahead and press those down together for 3 seconds. So right now we're in our service mode. You see the zeros coming up there. Now, to get to that quick service cycle, press the delicate. According to the literature, it says that it's going to quick check of all systems. So currently it's energizing the cold and bleach. It's going to filter to a low level, then turn off. Then it will do hot and fabric softener to a high level. 100 RPM, and then it will stop and then unlock the door. And then if it sends codes, it's supposed to give me a code at that point. So. Currently at this point, either we're going to have an electronic control or a motor issue. Alright, so it appears that we found a fault and the cycle here is stalled. It's just kind of draining. It should be spinning at this point, which it hasn't done. So according to the paperwork, if I press the up arrow here, I should advance to the next cycle. Apparently it's not happening. There we go. So now we're just going to wait for it to unlock the door, and it should then show us some sort of error code. So there's number 6, number 17. 6 is a locked rotor, which is consistent with the LR that you mentioned. It also says on here, will display LR. On there.
Which is the motor?
Yeah, the locked motor. Rotor is what they call it, but yeah, basically the motor. And then the 17. Door switch was not seen open since the last final spin, which would have been, you tried to run it again, even though it had failed, so it didn't realize that the door had been open, so it gives the 17. So that's our error, 17, 7, and 8. So just unlock the door. So we completed our test cycle. Okay, because of the faults we found, I'm going to check into the motor. I can do a motor and motor control test, so I'm going to cancel out of this here. And if I go to that part on the literature, it says I have to disconnect power to the washer, which I just unplugged. I remove the front panel and pull off the JP4 connector from the motor control board, which is down at the bottom here. So we'll get down there and we're going to disconnect that harness, the JP4. So I'm going to remove the JP4 connector, which is this one here. I'll just unplug it just like that, leave it go. Now I have to go back, plug the washer in, and then I have to enter into a service mode. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and plug the unit back in. I'm now then going to activate the service mode, which it's in already, so that worked out well for us. Now I need to select the board output test. Alright, so to access our service mode, we're going to turn it off. We're going to hold down heavy soil and delicates. 3 seconds. And we're in our service mode now. Now we need to do the board output test, which it says to touch the stain cycle. The stain cycle is here. It says the motor control will immediately execute a test routine and the motor should run, rotating the spinner at 50 RPMs. Alright, obviously it's not running in any fashion at all. So it says if the motor does not run, it says at this point we have to replace the motor and the motor control board. So we'll get an estimate together to do so, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching another quality in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.